Welcome to the Crown Casino in Melbourne, Australia, where the world's finest poker players have traveled from across the globe to compete in the Southern Hemisphere's premier poker tournament. FullTiltPoker.net presents the Aussie Millions. Tonight, part 2 of our exclusive invitation-only cash game. Last week, Mike Matusow flamed out in spectacular fashion, lasting less than 20 hands and losing over $100,000.
Biggest joke ever.
Tonight, 8 top players remain, including the man many consider the world's #1.
I think when I'm playing my best, the only person that can beat me is myself. I believe that.
Poker's biggest names are about to mix it up with a fortune at stake and no limit on how much can be won or lost. From the Crown Casino in Melbourne, Australia, FullTiltPoker.net presents the Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. And what another beautiful night it is here at the Crown Casino in Melbourne, Australia. The sun just started to set over the Yarra River. I'm Barry Tompkins, my partner, the noted poker author, Michael Koenig. What a great field we have here, Michael.
That's John Juanda, Californian by way of Indonesia, 3-time bracelet winner.
And next to him, Patrick Antonius. He came up big in part 1 a week ago.
And I think he's going to be a force tonight with that huge stack of chips.
Jeff Lissandro, he's been up, he's been down, but over his lifetime, over $2 million in winnings. Phil Ivey, maybe the best player in the world.
And certainly we found out last week, the best golf hustler.
And Eric Lindgren, probably the hottest player of 2007. Already won a 100K event here.
Worth $1 million.
Chris Ferguson, everybody knows him.
Well, he's famous for tournament wins, Barry. This is our first time to see him play for cash, and that's our wild card, Masaki Kagawa, a wealthy amateur from Japan.
Let's take a look at the rules. It's no limit Texas Hold'em. Players can buy in for any amount. Player can enter or leave the game at any time. Every chip represents an actual Australian dollar amount. We're not talking chip count here. We're talking dollars. And Antonius starts the competition today. $128,000 to the good. That is some $60,000 more than Kagawa, the amateur, who right now is in second place. So 7 players, and it's a cash deal. Blinds are $300 and $600 and an ante of $100. And there's a little pair for Lissandro.
Both he and Ivy call the big blind. Kagawa on the button.
And he raised to $1,600. And ooh, look at this.
How gorgeous to be sitting in the blind, pick up pocket aces with a whole bunch of people already in the pot. Juanda raises it up
to $9,600. And that's going to get people folding their tents, so to speak. Kagawa taking a look at the Jack-8.
Can't see him calling here. And you might say Juanda raised too much, but really he made a good play. He wanted to thin the field, and he's going to rake in $13,700 real dollars.
Yeah, easy dollars, too. And as you point out, real dollars. And that's, of course, the difference here between tournament play. We're always talking about chip count. Here we're talking about dollars. Here's what the chips are worth. The black chips are worth $100. Then it's $500, $1,000 for those cute little baby blue guys. But how about that big rectangular one?
Well, Barry, that's $25,000 cash. And when a guy reaches down and grabs, let's say 3 of them, he's saying, I'm going to bet you a new luxury automobile.
I mean, I'm serious.
Here's a down payment on a waterfront mansion.
It takes some nerve. Queen Little for Ivy. He'll raise it to 2,000 with that. That's kind of a typical Phil Ivey, a call from Lindgren. And Ferguson, I'm sure, will enter the fray. He calls as well. Kagawa will not play. 3 players to the flop. Jack-5 deuce on the flop. Little pair for Ivy. And Lindgren with an open-ended straight draw. 5,000 is the bet from Ivy.
Lindgren could easily call here or raise on the semi-bluff.
Raises to 18,000. How about Ferguson? Goodbye.
And it should be enough to get Phil Ivey out of this pot as well. He's only got bottom pair. No, he's going to call.
And a 9 on the turn. help to either player. Check, check. 7 on the river. So now it's going to come down to the betting.
Well, Eric Lindgren knows there is no way he can win this pot unless he can bluff Phil Ivey off the best hand.
There.
So Lindgren just gave up. He, in effect, is letting Phil Ivey win a $43,000 pot with a measly pair of deuces.
I thought you said air, and air was good too. Nut low.
Oh, you are sick.
Just a little friendly banter between friends.
What a gift on the turn.
That's what I have to play. You bet the turn I was moving all in, so trust me.
I would have gambled.
Save money. I would have gambled.
Well, you don't see Phil Ivey smile that much at the poker table, but winning $40,000 pots tends to put you in a good mood.
Well, it's a rare sight indeed, but don't get used to it. We got a lot of serious poker action coming on the PhotoPoker.net Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. We welcome you back to the beautiful Crown Casino here in Melbourne, Australia. I'm Barry Tompkins, along with noted poker author Michael Koenig. We continue session 2 of our Cash Game Invitational.
Well, Michael, there's a lot of great players at this table, but there's the ominous presence of Phil Ivey, arguably the best player in the game.
And one of the reasons people believe this is because he's so well-rounded. We've done numerous tournaments together where he's won the tournament, but tournaments are really just a sideline for Phil Ivey. He is a cash game player. In fact, in Las Vegas, he plays in the very biggest game with Doyle Brunson and Chip Reese. This is not new territory for him. He enjoys the high stakes, and indeed, he is fearless. This is our chance to see Phil Ivey doing what he does best.
Let's sit back and watch.
Well, the blinds continue to be 300 and 600, and there is a $100 ante. Lissandro, ace-6 suited. He makes the call. Ivey, pair of threes, he'll call. Lindgren with a jack-10. Limping in here. Antonius, queen-jack, he'll check in the big blind. So 4 players to the flop. 5, 9, 8 on the flop.
And 2 hands in a row, Eric Lindgren has flopped an open-ended straight draw.
2,000 to bet on the little pair for Ivey. Lindgren makes the call.
Ivey does have the best hand at this point, but Lindgren has terrific drawing possibilities. Antonius, 2 overcards and a gut shot straight draw.
Call from Antonius.
Well, Lissandro may think he's got great odds here, but he really doesn't have anything to work with. He's out.
A deuce on the turn.
Ivey still with the best hand with a little pocket trays. Let's see if he has the will to take another stab at this pot. Takes a lot of courage with all those overcards.